Welcome to this episode. In this episode we've got Project Bronco Deuce. Basically what it is, it's an 86 Bronco 2, 2.9 liter fuel injected 4-wheel drive. You can generally pick these up pretty cheap everywhere. And today we're going to do a little fender trimming because quite frankly I don't want to fork out the money to put a lift on it. So we're just going to cut the fenders, and that way we can run us a set of 33s. Now the reason that we ended up with this was because the plain and simple fact we had a Ranger as a hunting vehicle. Well, the problem is I've got a wife, 2 kids who I love very much, and they spent some time in the woods with me, and we couldn't get everybody in the front of the Ranger. So we traded the Ranger for this project right here, and now we've got to get it woods worthy. So fender trimming. What is fender trimming, you may ask? Well, just come on over here and we'll show you. Alright, fender trimming. This is an extreme case. This is Project Danger Ranger, something that we built to play in the mud with. And of course, as you can see, we did a major fender trimming job on this one. The reason being, we ain't got but about 1 inch of suspension lift, which was another episode where we used flat washers, and got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches out of it, and cost us about $7. But we're not going to go this extreme because this one's running 36s, and this is a stock Ranger. Other than the 2-inch flat washers, which was on the other episode. We're just going to take a little bit off the other one, just enough to where we can get enough clearance to where it'll flex, not really get into the fenders, and then we'll go from there. So what we've done is we took our measurements, and we've realized that this ridge line right about here is where we're going to cut. Now we've looked and made sure that we're not going to cut into any wiring harness or the headlights like we did on Project Danger Ranger. We cut slap through the headlights and had to go back and wire everything up, which that's just minor stuff, but it's an added step. So what we're going to do is we're going to run right along this ridge, but as we get down lower to where the tire turns in, we're going to cut away. And our best angle here is to come straight down, kind of curve it, and then go down right here because we've got a support brake. Now the first step in this is getting a dip, because you don't want to be shaking from a nicotine fit while you're trying to cut. Now there's several different ways you can cut this. Some people say the best way is to use a plasma cutter and to take the fender well off. Well, here at RednekTv we don't take that many steps. So some people, they like to use a jigsaw, as in such. But here at RednekTv, we always like to go big. You know, they say if it don't fix it, get a bigger hammer. Well, why not just start with the bigger hammer? Now, before you start cutting, just out of safety's sake, just make sure you go ahead and disconnect your positive side of your battery cable. Because it's bad enough cutting through a wire, but it's even worse when you get lit up in the process. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start over here on this side. We're going to come up to our pre-measured mark that we measured with our Big Daddy measuring tape, 99¢ at the Home Depot. And we're going to angle it around and come up and over, and trying to keep the blade from going in too deep, because as you can see it will go in a pretty good way, so we're going to try to hold it off a little bit. If we can get it started. Alright, we're going to stop right here for just a second and put on a pair of gloves because I'm tired of getting cinders burning my hand. So before you start, put your gloves on, and I hope you watched the entire video before you started. Otherwise you're going to do like me and have little burns all over. Alright, when cutting the rear fender wells, you ain't got to take as much off because these wells don't turn. But you want it to look somewhat even with the front end, so you know that all the fat girls at the Waffle House, you know, still think you're kind of cool and sexy. Now, the problem that we had was that we kept breaking bits. So by God, we went to the hardware store and we got us a bigger bit. And voila! Almost. Ta-da! Instant clearance.